Babinon Mrs. Susan Fumapa. Mi pela staff lo here lo Lutheran Church College. Na you to go right long. We can work in this interview one time you. Enough long you story liglig.
Thank you, Missionary Joachim. Gutla miyet miblo Goroka District, lo Tarabo Seket, na mi bin married lo Asaroka. Mama Karimi lo Okapa Sik, na mi bin school lo Okapa Station, bien mi go lo Okapa High School. Na mi painin poroman lo mi, one primary school teacher. Na mi tupla stop one time, na behind me walk one time all mama lo Asarokana, all been saling me lo Martin Luther Seminary. Mi go 4 years mixing diploma in ministry, me come save lo Goroka District lo 2 years sister. Na lo 2010 time ofagao we go long Germany. Position lo ofagao vacant so all sing out to me come, church sing out to me na me come book. Behind me go lo UOG, me come back, me go lo MLS na mi come back. Lo UOG me kisim guidance and counseling one time School of Education, basic assessment, teaching too. Behind me go back lo MLS mixing Bachelor of Theology. Na me come back. Na this last year I'm master Lucimi. This la wave lo COVID-19 me come. I'm kisim na behind long church appointed me kama principal. Na also I think church is 136 years I'm lapun finish. Na now mas church making me number 1 Mary lo kama principal lo one la institution. Me work one me go lo Martin Luther Seminary. Mi plakisim to time church to correct lo Mary plakisim theology. Lo dislatai ni one time Helen Mantari mitlago sem pioneer blo kisim theology and mitupla first la Mary lo start off one time mitupla program lo theology. Now after 4 years now we got big plateau and kirapo sem all Mary paino na come up pastor. So graduated mitupla one time diploma in ministry lo 2008. Na time mitupla come out Eleni go as district blame no kainantu na mi kam no Goroka District. Mi work one time, one player, mi work one time Fayantina Seket. Na nara player, mi work one time Asaroka Seket. Na long October lo 2010, time of Fagawi Lusim Lutheran Church College bands. I'll sing out now, mi kam no here. Na mi kam work also teacher. Mi start 2011, 12, 13, na 14. Lutheran Church College lo bands. Na Sabina I've been work lo project office. Na all been online lo Leipzig, all staff was a major sponsor lo mi. Lo time mi been school lo Martin Luther Seminary. Lo this time Reverend Rudolph Liss. I've been staff missing board director now, maybe all been sponsoring me lo 4 years. Okay, time me come back na me work now, been getting lo supporting this la program yet na all except him scholarship lo me lo continue. So time me teach staff now, me apply lo Martin Luther Seminary lo 2012 na 13. All line lo Martin Luther Seminary all reject him application lo me. So me writing one pla pass long church, long director, long board, long Martin Luther Seminary, long National Work Merit Desk, na mi to kosem. All to kosem time or respond lo letable mi to kosem. Time in already at lo Mary bakam na work theology. Na church ito ko sem. Until church ito ko right pa mi blessing out in America. Me look him this line no right solo. Me go back lo church council meeting minutes lo 2008. Where passing one la resolution on them all Mary lo academic Christian Organ School. Na long come up ordained pastor and something the church. So me work a reference can lo this la when a resolution now. me put him go to department secretary. Time Reverend Hans Gegere is the department secretary. Me give him long M. Na time Mrs. Ketty Mui staff was the national work merit coordinator. Me give him Sister Long M. Na Sister Long principal lo Martin Luther Seminary Dean of Studies. Na meeting him one plan missionary to M staff lo Martin Luther Seminary.
Missionary Dr. Bergman, Ulrich Bergman.
Yeah, I'm straight.
Em.
Tas. Support him slale table me now. Otse mito otse voice the ELCPNG Mary lokisim when I'm training the theology because why me writing slaleta pastigo otse social issue big pla heavy lo country. Na pastor inu inaplo sit down na harim heavy blo mi Mary. Also na Mary mastiga this la training lo can sit down na katay wantem narapla Mary lo helping him. This time the class tintin lo mi been writing this la pass. So all one bell na all Mary go inside na working diploma na bachelor site dawa kale katimui na Naomi Binora. Na miet me go in lo 2018. Me delay long time because me sawe me making one big plateau is step inside lo karma me touching church business. Also now me wait na 2014 na 15 me apply lo because scholarship lo me by expire me apply lo University of Goroka. Na mix some guidance and counseling one time School of Education. Na learning planning na assessment to kisi. Finish lo this plan now me come back lo 2016 me graduate me come back now me making work one time college start. Now 2018 me go back lo Martin Luther Seminary. Now me working diploma of theology. Same time me writing thesis lo me long bachelor. Topic me been writing long lack of gender equality in ELC Goroka district. Right, Mikisimbi lo, this is lo me. Now was me plus 15 plus so Martin, so 5 plus man one time. Me a time all put me plus lo dean's journalist. The minimum say me plus I can go lo masters lo me plus. Now me come back na working work the Dean of Studies. Na all been one bell church, one bell or me bago lo master's program. That's a college been go inside lo big heavy. Also na me start ta soli go inaplo. CLTC or kisimi lo 2020 a minaplo go in. Lo working master's ta sol. Department of Nogat because college go inside lo big heavy. Also na me start 2020 na 21 na this year most church can give me work lo principal na. Pasal me got pick la tintin yet lo. By me mas working masters lo mi na PhD lo mi. Papua New Guinea Mary lo global level no got PhD lo theology. Na 3 months lo me stop tas on suppose go like come up with Islam.
Mrs. Fumapa, man lo you die. 1 year I die.
Oh yeah, man lo me die lo last year lo COVID-19.
Sorry.
Big pla blessing me one pla nice la man.
Yes.
And losing me one 5 pla.
Now you got 5 pla beginning.
Yes.
Now you work him study lo Martin Luther or you work him study lo University of Goroka. One time 5 pla beginning or some money.
No, maybe we got 5 pla beginning I'll stop now maybe go study in University of Goroka.
No Goroka. Yeah. You go study. Now this pla, easy. What's the money you manage him this pla 5 pla beginning na study lo university.
Oh, me Lucy Mall one time Papa Blomol because Papa Blom Pablo mi pla o man lo mi Mr. Fumapa em teach lo primary school anta. Na all pikinini all school anta lo primary school. So em yet one time all go come lo school. Na last year por man lo mi Lucini. One time pikinini na mi pla staff. This la year was last year too before lo man lo mi dai mi resigned to Planty Challenge mi bumim lo here na mi pele mo se mi stop long time na Planty heavy to mi kare so mi pla one bell na mi resign ta so chechi come back now talking me se mi working when up the end of December you submit mo get the transcript long all students na pa you go out mi stop yet na lo October big wave lo COVID-19 come I'm siman so I'm losing me one time on beginning na mi play at stop in at the end of December meeting or by church finishing me now talking me lo November talking me or me withdrawing resignation lo you so me withdrawing resignation lo mean me stop now lo this la year lo May church council lo May on strong in more confirming position na now me stop took after 2 years now church got power appointing new principal suppose all makim new plaka me ready lo give him work na me can step down suppose all got confidence lo me you can start but all me got the platin to logo back now okay masters lo me possibly PhD too na meeting or times me can stop one plan married to one time strong to God. We must try best to come up with this.
Now you start principal long Barnes Church College. Now 5 pla pikinini you start one time you.
Yeah, first born lo me finishing teachers college, Katagu Lutheran Teachers College, that's all. Got money no registering. Also, I'm finishing the last year, and I'm come back stop at the Milo College, and I'm assisting me plalo teaching food.
That is like fold and something.
Food flexible open distance education. Okay. This la program no stop inside, but me plus like small grade 12 na grade 10 livers na or grade 11 or Muslim school na stop nothing. So also church put this la school or help him all this la line where formal system Muslim. So me like small come now, me like give him training one time now, look 11 at 12 can. So time all finished now, me probably look the area na put him all go back to mainstream education system. All by go work, not by helping church one time na make him work. All no can stop, or simply graduate doesn't all go stop no bad. All must continue. Was na me building network one the Nigerian Teachers College, Highlands Agriculture College, Mount Hagen Business College. So like she made me lawyer time all kissing grade 12 paper one time, all bago working 1 year diploma. Or like in tropical agriculture lawyer one time grade 12 paper all must go working 1 year tropical agriculture. All I'm finishing ministry lawyer, all some grade 12 paper all must go law, Martin Luther Seminary, so me put him all go back law. When in formal education systems, all no can stop school live at so no can simple problem plan I got a simple adding value lo paper problem. So they all must go now work now big plus something plan line more out in top lo big plan work one time church too. Also now when him happen go long and more go some layman Mary plenty young man Mary to get people heavy lo life all this line or working work missing.
Now Arabla fopla pikinini
thank you. I'm good last game. Second one lo me okay. Second year lo Martin Luther Seminary. Yeah. Na third year lo me working grade 9 and top lo Barnes Lutheran Sec. Na fourth boy I'm working grade 6. Fifth I'm working prep. That's all.
Now, all get a stable house yet or?
All get a stop one time. This last one, that's all I'm stop lo place one time to go from him. I'm school.
Now you work in household. Now you also lead up lo this la church college. Now look out ngol pikinini, I think, and big plawoka,
And big plawok.
true ya.
And big plawok through look out mol. Pikinini one time no got papa big pla challenge. Now it's Mary me go inside la position when being stop male dominated area plenty challenge. I'm noisy. That's all one time good.
Wow. Now, some time you like give in or talk maski and planted something to mass or
No, all pikinini blow me all give me all discipline. All stop one time. Suppose church trust him. Me and give him this la walk on me. And one time strong long God me must make him finish him that is that time church make him.
I think lo take over lo one pla Lutheran Church College lo time where before planted something in put down and this pla two no easy. The story lik long one kind heavy or worry you got long in you can talk to story two long one kind I'm a mass na one kind something is strong in you is level.
And big plastic. Sot lo teacher lo ya and big pla. Hamas plata mi pla him national checks. Long give him teacher na.
Before how much teacher you got long?
Mi plagat lo ya 8 pla. Na mi pla still need him 5 pla. Mi plagat 3+3 me. Tropical agriculture, business administration and ministry. Lo ministry mi plagat 3 pla teacher mi pla sot lo 1 pla. Lo tropical agriculture mi plagat 2 pla mi pla sot lo 2 pla. Long business administration and full house. So now I'm Arab teacher the tropical agriculture and resign now. Mi plus extremely good la number of students. So time mo look mo some teacher no got them lusum college na. Also mati no like plenty students all like can. So me got thinking now church by giving this the 5 plan or beginning the year next year. Suppose this line will not come up now, okay, church must out lo LOPC. LOPC and Lutheran Overseas Partnership. Suppose all church work one time Lutheran Overseas Partnership Church name give him 3 pla or some 1 pla volunteer na 2 pla guest lecturers. Church can buy 2 pla, finding 2 pla. 5 plus me plus 7 plus chaplain and current number 12. Now time me pla got 12 pla full teaching staff. Now me pla ready lo give him diploma in business administration, diploma in tropical agriculture, diploma in ministry.
Now coming up now, you play in Ablo give him.
Me plus I give him certificate.
You've been looking some church college graduates, finish the church college.
All good plus. Suppose you been staff one time plalo this study plabing got one high school teacher sit down one time plalo ha. Suppose you go head office they looking Daniel Gerson na Abraham want the finance office. Miriam Yemoklo Resource Center. Que all work one them one ample. Sample more to start. Me no napting him name long. Okay, me plagat narapla and finish layer kolo matin to seminary. Come wanta la University of Gorokana teach law. Lutheran Day High School anta. You got narapla work one time make carrot and got private business. Company blame it. Yes. And finish layer na bianem go school of Polytech na go Australia na finish him. Bachelor in Business Administration. Planti blongol lo here all work one time, especially links in business administration. Lo coastal areas all work one time Ramu Lincoln mine na best starting fees no mede plenty mining na private na non-governmental organization to all work. Na ministry more come up strong headman Mary. I think you plug at some student lo me now lo galbe. Some plug go plenty or go Martin Luther seminary. Na difference will make him online finish layer na ko ligat character. Lo all get a happen go save O student lum pla finish lo ya olga karit.
Mrs. Susan Fumapa, me talk thank you long. Your story good long. Work lo you, life lo you. Now too long this position you got long in lo here, Lutheran Church College. Me talk thank you. Me ask him big pala long and we can look out him you pala long here. We can strong him you and can give him amamas lo you and can give him this la 5 pla teacher you pala need long in. And 1 pla prayer point you pala can think him.
Mi amamas lo stop one time you, but it's la interview.
Thank you.
Big blessing you na strong you lo big blessing. It's a missing.